Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advancement Center once again, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles and the industry of magic and miracles that resides on the elevated platform of living. Excited to be here today to share whatever shows up, and happy to have you with us as we update you on Update Friday once again. It's been quite a week, um, as I'm sure it's been quite a week in your world. We have had some really special things happen in preparation for our greatest show on earth on October 13th. And I'll get to that in just a second. But first, I'm going to start to just share the other broadcast of the week and talk about what was shared from Barbara and Genya as you hear the planes go overhead. On Sunday, Barbara spoke, and once again, she transmitted the magic of the Advancement Center's financial wing, which is brought through the vehicle of Swissendo, and continuing to have more people coming on board and interested in sharing their gifts through Swissendo. So that is super exciting for all of us. It just continues to grow. And Barbara, through her maternal self, continues to share so much power and gentleness, much like a mother or a grandmother. And it's amazing to watch her mastery continue to expand and grow. Some of the information she shares is detailed about things that have happened on the planet through the financial system that has taken us into debt slavery. And even though the information, some of it is repetitive, just as some of my information is, it's always new because it's coming from a new place each time. So we're always so excited and appreciative of Barbara sharing the Swissendo information and the financial wing of the Advancement Center. And like a mother and a grandmother, action is being taken. And you feel the caring, you feel the encouragement like a mother or a grandmother, and you feel the power. Many of those women are psychic, and they see things and they know things that are happening within their own family, and they can encourage and move things along, even from behind the scenes. So Barbara continues to do that through her transmissions on Sunday. So thank you, Barbara. And Genya, on Wednesday, we had quite an exciting experience with a visitor from a snake who wanted to come and join us in the broadcast. And if you got a chance to see that broadcast, there was a lot happening as we all were moving to allow the snake to go where it needed to go. And it was just amazing how Genya was able to maintain a gentleness through the power that and the energy that the snake brought through or brought in. And so watching her mastery has just been amazing to see that, which is another aspect of the feminine. Much like a snake charmer, that energy through movement, through dance, through music, and the connection with all the animal world and all the plant and even elemental kingdom. So for her to be so calm and above the chaos or the drama, let's say. You all saw it if you saw the broadcast, and it was quite special. So to see her mastery is just a joy for me and for all of us. The invitation this week had, if you saw it, had a picture of a fan with some arrows moving, and it said, "Stay in the flow." And there's these invitations are always have a bit of mischief, and just to not make things quite so serious, but to stay in the flow is really all we need to do always. It's a place where your signal comes through very clear, very sharp, and you have no doubts about where you're being directed to move to. When you come out of the flow, you start to encounter different energy that makes you maybe question yourself or has you impacted by things that really have no influence over you. So the flow, it's like when you're getting on an airplane and you're taking off and you have your seatbelt on, you have to, and you're ascending and you're going through clouds and turbulence and you're climbing. And we're all waiting for that seatbelt sign to ding to tell us that it's now safe to move about the cabin. And that's where the flow is. It's above the turbulence. It's above the clouds. It's above all the turmoil. But yet the plane is using that to fly. It's using that turmoil and chaos to fly. But it's having no impact on the plane. And so you're free to unbuckle your seatbelt. And the signals that can now show up are coming from another realm. And you find yourself moving freer, acting quicker. This place, the personal reception center, cannot enter. There's no little policeman saying, "Huh, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?" So that's the place we want to stay in. So you can remind yourself, stay in the flow. And even think of it like being on that plane where there's no turbulence and you're just flying. You don't even realize at some point that you're on a plane, and that's the feeling. So remind yourself to stay in the flow and watch what happens. The energy that's generated from the flow is incredible. And things here are moving so fast because that's where we're functioning from. We were able to go yesterday to the theater where we're going to be performing the greatest show on earth. And it's amazing because this is like the introduction of the industry of magic and miracles. We're doing it here in this platform, but now it's going to move to a bigger stage. And the stage that we were able to go and visit, the theater, it's so beautiful. It's very comfortable. We were able to go backstage and take a tour and learn about the theater. But the thing we all realized afterwards was that we all felt comfortable there. We all felt like we're going to be doing this more often. And even though, besides maybe Barbara, who's done some things on stage, not having too much exposure to that world, it felt like I knew that world. Not the business of music or the business of theater, but the magic. And so what a beautiful place to feel the magic, because a lot of magic happens in theaters and on stages, and we could feel the magic in ourselves being there and what we're going to be bringing. And once again, we know you will be with us, and whether you're here in person or join us on stage or wherever you are, we know you're helping to bring the industry of magic and miracles to a whole nother level. And it's ready to come forward. It's ready for people to say, I know that magic and miracles, and I want to work in that industry, however that shows up. The theater is just a really special place, and we look forward to everything coming together. We have stepped out because it's time, and our personal reception centers or our little policemen, as we take this big step, could be threatening us, but we're moving past, and we're not allowing it to show up. And each step we take, more unveils, because it's already been set up. It's already been prepared, and we're not even sure how it's all going to look, how the performances are going to be, what musicians will be there, or anything. But that's the beauty, because we're all on an adventure. We're all doing way more than we can recognize sometimes. And there are so many beings supporting us. There's so many powerful beings who are orchestrating things. And it starts with you, because it's always you. But there are millions that are supporting all that we do. And it's a beautiful adventure. And if you feel the rhythm of the day and the rhythm of your music, you can watch as things come in. You can watch as things get exposed to you, where your signal is picking up different things. We are so powerful, and we are so amazing. If you slow down, you'll notice that the trees are bowing to you. When the wind picks up, like it just did here, it's an acknowledgement of the energy that's here, that's you. When you go to the ocean and all of a sudden the waves start to get bigger, or they're big and they get calm, it's you. They're acknowledging you. When you recognize it, they're acknowledging you. And the policeman will come up and say, oh, it just got windy. Oh, the air changed. But no, they're acknowledging you, because you'll be standing there amongst the trees and nothing will be moving. And then all of a sudden, the wind will start to blow. And as soon as you recognize that, that's you. It's not the weather. And the same with an animal, the same with a child that you come up to and experience, and they recognize you. The animals recognize you. So there's so much magic and power in each one of you, so much beauty. And from that elevated platform where the flow is just flowing by you, flowing through you, you can feel everything, and you can know your majesty and your power and your gentleness. We are really excited about the show coming up, and all of us will continue to speak about it. But again, we don't know how it's going to look. And we're in the flow. And each day, something new happens. We contact someone, a musician, and we find that they are perfectly in sync with some information we need, or some part that they may play. And with that, we know there's no attachment to anything, because that may be their purpose, and it just may be for one bit of information. So we just watch the adventure. It's a show within a show. And it's music within music within music, because everyone is transmitting their music. If there's anything you would like to share with us about this upcoming show, don't hesitate to do that. We're open to everything. And as I said before, we know you will be a part of it because you're here now. So I'm going to read a couple things to you before I sign off. In the blink of an eye, I am not saying anything that you have not heard before, nothing that you don't already know. There is nothing to learn, only to remember. You have all wisdom and light inside of you. If I have jogged your memory, then you will begin to feel your infinite majesty and brilliance. The feeling we are sharing right now in that dimension behind the veil is our true nature. There we sit at the right hand of the Creator and are one with everything. Yet uniquely, our individual self, that magnificent being that has never been born or who can never die, who knows everything and everyone and is beyond all knowledge and learning, who in the blink of an eye can know everything that ever was and ever will be until the next blink of the eye, when everything will change and become new again. Yes, there you are, transmitting the light of the bright morning star. Let life live. Life wants to play with you. It wants to be your friend. It wants you to live in all its fullness with joy and happiness. If you gave life a name and thought of it as a person, it would be the friend who is always upbeat and positive, always smiling and looking forward to the next thing. He or she would say to you, "Don't build the next moment with me upon the energy of a moment we had yesterday." Be it a so-called positive or negative moment matters not. Both exist in the past and are no longer a factor in our time together today. Life would say, "I am always new. It is the only way I can operate. Nothing can be built or stored or saved and then added to me. I can only see you as a clean slate of infinite possibilities because that is who I am." Don't try and create your life around the corrections or expectations of our time together. That is a hamster wheel you don't want to ride on. Instead, let go of all that we experienced in each past moment, just as a child does. You know that they are the example of how to be with me, and you are still that child yourself. You've just added on layers of self-doubt, programming of fitting in, and self-analysis. We had so much fun together when you were a child, but now I feel your resistance to me and your internal fight with life itself. Return back to that little child who loved spending the day with me, but then forgot what we did together so that the next day was completely new. We let life and our spirit and heart lead the way to the infinite possibilities that each moment would bring, and we were free. It's a brand new day, so let life live. I can feel the celebration building. I can feel the excitement of the adventure we're all on together. It's new, always new. So climb to 34,000 feet, unbuckle your seatbelt, stay in the flow, and watch the magic flow into your life and into those lives around you that you love and that you encounter every day. For you are the messenger of the industry of magic and miracles. You are the witness. I thank you for joining me today and joining us here at the Advancement Center. It's an honor to share this moment with you. I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and an extremely magical future. Thank you.